It's his voice.
I know, bro. This whole seasonal change thing, I think
Yeah.
it's one of those flus.
Mm-hmm.
Got to me.
Okay.
You
Don't
know, it
act,
just
don't
sounds
act
so...
all just because you've done the camera, by the way. I know
Act
you.
all what?
I know you all formal.
Right, like I said, I'm gonna say again, that's me.
Alright.
Yeah.
But how are you though?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm chilled.
Okay.
Had a great holiday.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. What did you get up to?
nothing much actually,
Is
and
it?
that's why it was great, because I haven't got a chance to rest like the way I did in a long time, so...
Okay. That's good.
Yours?
So it's you know how it is like when you're not doing something but
Yeah.
you're productive. You
Yeah.
know?
Actually, when I got back, a lot of people were like expecting so much from me. What were you doing?
Yeah.
Did you get that
Did you
project?
sell that idea?
Did you? No, I guess it's all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I always have so much going on.
Oh, I see.
So I guess they expect that.
Alright. That makes
But I
sense.
told them like,
No.
it's actually quite chill this time.
Alright. Okay. My side, I mean, you know the drill is, I'd finished my degree, so I was just taking it all in.
Yeah.
And just,
Yeah. The
But
boy's
yeah.
a free man.
But other than that, just working on ideas.
Certified.
More ideas, and just having fun while at it,
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, how long have you been gone? For like, a month and what?
A long, like 2 months.
Probably 2 months,
People
eh?
don't even realize like we've just seen each other for
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
After months.
Yeah, true. Real
Yeah,
true.
I think it was June. June.
Yeah. Cause we've been really
It's
gone.
exam time, like,
No, but we
doesn't
did.
really count.
Oh yeah. But like, yeah, we've really been
And
gone.
you left ASAP.
I had to.
When it hit, you were gone.
I had to. Things were calling me at home.
Yeah.
It was just like, come back home.
But you're refreshed, you're good now.
Yeah, I'm chill now. Everything's all good. Everything was good even before I left. But I'm just saying, like
Like, there's always something about going home and,
getting your strength back.
Yeah, the
Basically,
nest.
like
That's why they call it the
Yeah,
nest.
yeah. It's like re-energize and just
Yeah.
come back a new person, feeling fresh and all of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said to you, so that whole, I've just been having people talk about a lot lately. People are talking, right?
Okay.
So, and one thing that just hit me, I just heard a lot of talking, and another thing of just this comparison, thing.
Talking
Yeah.
about you, talking about...
No, I'm just saying, like, people just been talking,
Okay.
just in general about
Okay.
their life and
Okay.
stuff, right?
Okay.
And then one thing I've just always heard is just somebody always feels like they're not doing enough
Mm-hmm.
because of something that maybe, say for instance, somebody's probably doing better, so that, it's just like, I've just heard this comparison thing all over and over and over and over again. So it just hit me like, that, comparison can be evil,
Yeah.
or it's such an evil thing to do,
It is evil.
Yeah.
Not that it can be.
Yeah. No, I'm just
I mean,
saying,
like,
in
there's
the
different
long run.
instances, where it could be used to, I don't know, like business-minded,
Yeah.
maybe to see where you're leveling with a competition, but I mean, personally, it could be bad, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said.
Yeah. Because another thing is, one thing I heard about the whole comparison thing, there's something that I realized about these people is that they always look over their own blessings, like it's like they forget that this is the thing, these are the things that they actually have right now. These are the things that they prayed for once upon a time. Like,
True.
2 years ago you prayed to
True.
be at the certain place, right, of your life. And then once you're there and you have that, it's like you look over it just because somebody maybe is doing better and you feel like they're doing better.
Yeah.
And then now it's just like it fucks up that whole idea of you being appreciative of
what you have
what
right
you have,
now.
yeah.
I guess people, it's always in a lot of people to never be satisfied with whatever they have. So whenever they get what they needed to, then there's something else that is better. That And I guess you just like need to be thankful for
Mhm.
everything that you have, even life, even simple things,
Everything.
even just being able to sit with you.
Everything.
Or,
Yeah. Everything, pretty much.
Mm.
Because it's like at one moment you cannot be able to do all these things, you know. Which,
And like
you know.
you said, it's funny when people compare.
Mm.
They compare what materialistic things
Of course,
or
9 times out of
money.
10.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, yeah.
They don't compare. I don't know what makes a
Spiritual,
person or
spiritual things.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always just, you know, what they see.
Mm.
And, you know, even this whole thing of happiness, and, you know, they, it's always like when they look at other people, they tend to think that those people are more happier than they are, you know, because of what they see. And it's always this thing of things are just always not what they seem like,
True.
you know.
People need to understand that by now.
Yeah.
People paint pictures out there.
It's the Instagram.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I mean, sometimes we are victims of such things. Like, you know, I'm not gonna show.
Are we slaves of?
Yeah, true.
that,
I'm not gonna show you that, you know, just came from home and, you know, this gang shit happening there.
Yeah,
You know.
I'm gonna show you the
So
happy
what
side.
makes you think that the person in front of you is 100% happy or 100% got things going?
I think that's the thing with people. I feel like people, we're so infatuated with the fact that what we see is what we really think it is. You know, like 9 times out of 10, it's just like what we see, we really think is what it is. You know, we live in a world where people don't look deeper into things. Like people just look at the face value and then they're like, okay, cool, maybe that's how it is, right? And with the whole thing of just comparing your life to that, it's just like at that specific moment you might be going through some things and then you see this happy person
Yeah.
or this happy thing or this
And you're just
materialistic
like,
thing,
why
and
can't
you're
I
like,
be
yeah, you know, you
experiencing that?
yeah, you basically matching your own life to that, and then it's like your whole life is basically determined by that one moment that you just saw.
It's crazy.
Very crazy.
It's crazy to do that.
Yeah.
When you put it that way,
Very crazy, you know?
it really is.
Yeah.
It really is. And I guess, wow, with my life, I've gotten to, you know, when people say trust in the timing and all that stuff, and you're
All
like,
the time.
what's that? But there's so much to that concept where you're living your individual life. I mean, no one person has the same fingerprints in the world. Why do you think we're gonna have the same life path in the world? And things that need to come to you will come to you when you are ready to like receive them.
Yeah.
So I guess you just need to stick to your lane. Stick to what's best for you, so
Yeah.
you can mature that.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to be else or trying to do what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Because
guess you're robbing yourself of life.
pretty much, and also you miss a lot of moments as well. Because like I said, you look over your own blessings, right? So you, until maybe that blessing is taken away, now you're gonna start, or you're gonna want to cherish it more because it's all gone. But like when it was there, you looked over it because of somebody, you know? And it's just,
And that could have been your gold right there.
yeah,
You could have been missing.
yeah, basically, you know. And it's like, I believe in this thing of, you know, God is such a, I don't know, a beautiful spirit in the universe, because it's like if you can't appreciate your own blessing or blessings, if you can't appreciate your blessings that you actually asked for, they're gonna be taken away from you, you know, and be given to somebody else.
True.
And when they are, now you look at it like, I had this, but it's
And
like,
you
what
took
did
it
you
for
do?
granted.
But what did you do when you had it? You took it for
Exactly.
granted, you know.
Exactly.
So it's like rather give it to somebody who appreciates it more,
Yeah.
you know, because I think it's like at least they'll do a better job with it compared
True
to
that.
what you would do, you know,
True that.
as a person.
True that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess also the fact that we have a measure of success, or a measure of what a good life is supposed to be, or a measure of what you're supposed to be doing at 20 or once you graduated and all that shit. I guess that makes a lot for comparison, right?
It does.
Because if you don't hit that mark, then
You're considered a
less
failure,
than,
or you're not enough you're basically just not enough.
Mm.
And it's crazy because when you look at when you just look at the world, when you just look at the world and actually understand why certain things happen at that specific moment. It's just this thing of, okay, let's forget timing because it's so cliche now. But like,
Why is it cliche?
no, I'm saying using that word,
Okay.
But like, let's just look at it this way now. You actually understand why things happen exactly at whatever time they actually happen. Because yes, maybe somebody else at 20 they got whatever they got, right? And it was great and it was big for a 20-year-old. Cool. They were probably prepared. If you had to get the same thing, you would probably just maybe not utilize it well. You get what I'm saying? And it's like now you basically comparing your strength to somebody else's. And it's like something that let's say you good at something that they're not good at. Maybe yes, it's not as big as it looks to the world, but maybe this person, if they had to be given certain incidents or certain situations, right, they wouldn't be able to handle it the way you're handling yours, right? So it's just like, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy how things happen for a reason and why they actually happen at a specific time.
Yeah.
And it's always just after it has happened that people actually understand why it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess when you compare yourself, there's this thing of impulse a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So you do things because you're wanting to react. Because, okay, I need to be at that pace, so I need to do what that person does. And I feel like that messes up a whole lot of things in terms of reaching the end goal or just reaching what it is that you need to reach, no matter what it may be.
Yeah, I mean...
Because when you act in impulse, there's not so much thought put to it.
Yeah.
And then that's when you go off track.
Yeah.
Are you really that person?
Yeah.
Do you know who you are?
That's, yeah. Because, I mean, I feel like, that's a good question as well. Like, or you bringing that up. It's just like, at the end, most of the time people compare their lives because also they just don't know who they are, They just really don't know who they are. Because if they knew, they would really not disrespect themselves like that. Like if you know who you are and if you know your life, it's like you wouldn't now put yourself in that space, where you look at something and then you're like, and you're like, it's better than me, or it's better than what I am, or what I've achieved and stuff like that.
True thing.
And another thing about comparison is it can be a good thing, like, and which people just maybe need to do it the right way, because it's always okay when you compare your life, right, for the good reason of you doing that. Like, it's like you comparing your life because you just wanna be inspired.
Okay.
Maybe like why you comparing, or maybe comparing actually is a bad word for this, but like just looking
maybe if you
for.
Give an example.
Pardon?
Maybe if you like hit me with an example.
Like I'm just saying, let's say you have an idol, right? You look at things they've achieved, right? And then that's why I said maybe using that word comparison in that example.
May not work.
Yeah,
maybe just like a source of inspiration.
Yeah, like that's the thing. It's just like you look at maybe to other people. Yes, you compare, but you're actually not comparing. You just aspire
to
be. Then
like
this person allows you to not maybe settle for less. Or always look for inspiration. Like it could be better. If it can be better, let's do it. Let's make it better. Don't be comfortable within your situation, because that's the thing. And that's another thing. People tend to be comfortable,
with the situation.
With things. Yeah.
So I see what you're saying. I mean, we all have that person or that thing that would like to not necessarily be like, but just something that looks good in our eyes. So it's good to have that to help you keep in track or just direct you to what's that thing that
to grow. Yeah.
You want to be like.
Yeah. So I think that's like that would be the good part of, comparison, maybe part of it,
Mm.
but just in general, it's just
It's not good.
yeah, and
It weighs you down.
it really does. It
Envy.
really, yeah.
Like, I lost, like, I got rid of a few friends in the beginning of this year because of that whole comparison thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say I'm clean in the situation, but I'm just saying a competitive vibe.
What were they doing? They were comparing themselves.
No, competing rather.
I see.
But I don't think there's so much of a difference between competing and comparison.
Yeah, because basically for you to compete with somebody, you would have compared yourself and said,
yeah.
I'm better than them.
Yeah.
Or they can't be better than me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if I tell you, hey, so I want to get involved in this, and then you feel like you need to get involved in the same thing, and I mean, there's just this pattern where you feel, like this person needs to. Competition isn't.
Yeah.
It brings. So as comparison, I think it brings an envious mentality somehow.
True.
At some point.
It breeds that, hey, yeah. Because that obviously that famous saying where they always want to see you good but do good but not better than them.
True.
Yeah, because once you do better than them, that's when they're like, oh no, then it's not, that's when they start being envious of your own life.
I'm just thinking of this whole IG thing where they're gonna get rid of likes.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Hey.
Do you think that's got to do with comparison?
It's got to do with so many things, but part of it is comparison. Because think about it this way, even with the likes, like, what do likes? Normally, when people post a picture, what do they do it for? Normally,
likes.
They do it for likes, and the reason why they do it for likes is because they saw maybe a Kylie Jenner doing the same thing, and she got like 6 million likes, right? And they also just wanna do the same, and it's that competitive mentality or comparison mentality where it's like it has to be the same. If I can't get the same likes, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy, and then it's like it just really fucks up with the person because you're gonna what's the word? You're gonna level up your life to likes. It's like is your life determined by the number of likes that you get?
True.
Like, does that even make you feel worthy?
Yeah, I don't think that's even gonna solve the situation. I mean, there's still a picture.
No, I mean, it's okay. I feel like it's gonna. I feel like it's a good thing, because like they said, you can see them. You can see those likes for
but
yourself.
There's still a lifestyle. There's still.
Of course.
Kylie Jenner posting a pic with Travis Scott, and they look like this perfect couple, and you understand what I'm trying to say.
But like now, it's like life then wouldn't move if that had to be the case. Because either way, even if it's not on social media, people just see things. So if you can't now live your life for yourself, you're always just gonna compare your life.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a disease.
Like it's just basically robbing yourself of life.
Yeah, it's basically a disease that you have now. Like where, your life is just basically determined by other people, and they just have a direct influence at you.
Yeah.
And it's like these are people who probably you don't even matter to them, but you actually it's like they matter in your life.
Yeah.
Because you firstly, for you to do something, you have to be like, oh, but like Kylie didn't do it, or so and so didn't do it, therefore I can't do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, when are you gonna live for yourself? And even even them, those people, they probably not themselves either.
True.
It's like you're looking up to some people that are not even themselves.
So influenced by comparison. I mean, just look at the thing like trends.
Yeah.
Because one person does it, and then the whole world needs to do it. And if you're not doing it, then you weird, you alien. Where you from?
But I actually think that's actually good that there's trends. I think the good about those things is they actually kind of get to give off what kind of a person you are, because if you know yourself and some trends you just they're like, okay, nah, this is not me. I'm not gonna do this just because it's cool. I don't care. This is just not me, right? some trends obviously you're gonna pick up because it's you. It resonates something in you.
Yeah.
But like the fact that you so like you know yourself that well that you choose not to partake in something, even if it's moving, and even if somebody who's a celebrity or of a celebrity status is doing it, it's just like you're not gonna do it. I think that's dope. That's the whole thing of just knowing yourself and knowing that no matter how much the world is moving in a certain direction, you can't compare your life or yourself with
With
that.
because you look at yourself as an
An
individual.
individual, yeah.
It's a beautiful thing actually when you understand who you are and what makes you tick and you work on building that. Like I'm thinking about my business right now, and for so long I was like comparing myself to street brands or oh there's this brand that I'd really like to be like and all of that.
I see.
And only when I started to think of why I created it, what I wanted out of it, that's when I, kind of became consistent with the type of things that I did. For instance, if you want just this one line of thing and you want it to look like that, and you keep it that way, not necessarily because Gucci did that, now I'm there, and Chanel is doing this, now I'm there.
I think also you were more inspired more now to actually create because you were in tune with what you want, and it was for you and how you also want to inspire the outside world.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was just not like, okay, I'm just gonna imitate this and then, and I think once you got that, like once you got out of that, you felt better. It's like you felt that you could create more, right?
Yeah, and I guess it just applies to your life as well. Same scenario kind of thing.
Yeah.
You feel like you can do much more.
Be better.
Show
be
much
a better
more.
person. Yeah.
Yeah.
In all
just
aspects.
be the best version of yourself.
Yeah. In all aspects, because now you're focusing on who yourself, and
True.
you're doing things for who, for yourself.
And then people start to look.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because and that's the thing about people. People look at.
And then they want to copy.
Exactly.
It's just like, bro,
which
find your
which is
lane.
okay. I
It
mean,
is
at the
okay,
end of
but
the
still,
day,
it's
they'll
just-
find themselves later if they do, right? But it's just like that's the thing about the world, though. The world is looking for something unique. So don't now compare your life and actually try to imitate something, and then because it's already there. Like what you're imitating is already there. So the world is about uniqueness, and when you just you, and you bring about you, it's like nobody can take away you from
Sure.
you. You
True.
know?
Yeah.
It's just like that's pretty much what it is. And yeah, I just wish people could stop, like comparing. Because
It's never gonna stop.
because I even see
It's an
these,
imperfect world then.
I even look at these celebrities, man, like, it's so sad.
I actually wanted to point that out right
Yeah,
now.
like they compare themselves, like I know, especially excuse me, they like rappers and stuff,
Yeah.
they be like, but like my career has been like stationary for some time,
Yeah.
and then they're like, but like you look at guys like maybe Drake and stuff like that, and then they're trying to like change the sound and it's because maybe people out there they're not appreciating them, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm just there like, nah, dude, like just do you,
Do
man,
you.
like just
There's
do
people
you.
who appreciate you and
Yeah,
people will understand you
yeah,
eventually.
yeah.
I was thinking the same thing because I wanted to bring out like TV personalities. Like a dime comes in and they've got their own thing going on, and suddenly everyone coming in afterwards just want to be that person, and you're just like, we appreciate your uniqueness. Why are you trying to copy someone else?
Yeah.
That's already being seen. We appreciate that person for that. We don't want to see it again.
Exactly. Especially not from that person.
True.
If you see it again, at least let it be from that person.
Exactly. Not
Not you.
making clones out here.
Yeah. Because I remember, you know that guy Keith Powers. You know him, right? So he was just like, he took out an IGTV video where he was just like, he was saying he's been up since like 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. in the morning, right? He's in a different country, and he's just like, he's been having like bad thoughts, like just negative thoughts, and all these thoughts is just like him comparing himself to people, to other celebrities. You get what I'm saying? He's just like comparing himself for like hours, man. Like for hours. I think it happened for a good solid 4 hours. You know, he's just comparing, like just
on
thinking.
the IGTV.
No.
That's
Before
what
he
you
took,
said.
yeah,
Okay.
before that's what you say. He's just like comparing himself, and just having all these negative thoughts. And the thing about it is, he didn't even. He's like, he had to just come back to his senses and say, the reason why he's even where he is in that different country is because he's working, right? That means he's doing enough for himself, and he's already where he is in his career.
True.
Because he worked himself, like he worked his way to the top, right?
Exactly.
And it's like, he was just saying, these are things that somehow, sometime back then, he used to pray for these things. And now that they're here, he's not just appreciating them, you know? And he was just saying that that's like a bad thing to do, because he's like, he's enough.
True.
For whatever he's worth, he's enough. Because at the end of the day, there'll always be somebody better.
True.
There'll always be somebody looking good. You know, there'll always be somebody who's doing this, that's better than what you doing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, just appreciate what
Your
you
glory,
do. You know,
yeah.
because it's not like we fucking superheroes where we can be good at everything.
True. And I mean, he could be impacting
A lot
lives,
of people.
yeah.
I mean, a lot of people saw that. Maybe over like 200,000 people saw that IGTV thingy. And just him speaking about
His
that,
truth and all of
it was just basically him inspiring people. And
True.
you know, he stayed true to who he is, and it's just like, okay, we're gonna listen. You know, even just him making that video is, I guess it was just him talking himself through it as well. And he's just saying, like, man, you need to stop that. You know,
True.
people just.
I mean, whether you're touching 100 lives, or you're touching your
One.
10 lives, or you're
Or
touching
one, it's
you're
fine.
touching a life.
Yeah,
And you don't know what impact you're making on that person.
And the
so.
beauty about life is you will touch lives. That's the thing. The thing is, it comes now where you measure up with the number of lives you're touching, you know, and you always feel like.
I could be that person. I could be at that 1,000. I could be.
We always want to touch a lot. It's like beyond this, you know, and it's like, I think that's what kills us the most. And I think that when I saw that video, I was just there like, no, great, man, great. At least you were able to, as much as you know you thought about it for so long, at least you were able to be like, you know what, this isn't it. Like, boy, come back to earth.
Yeah.
You know, come back to your senses.
Yeah.
Don't do this to yourself.
Yeah.
You don't. You owe it to yourself to be a better person for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
It's actually a good thing that he told that story.
right?
Too.
Yeah, because it's just like, even when that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking about it now because it's actually relating to the topic. But like at the time, it was just like, I was just there like, oh, great. Okay, great. At least people are this you know, woke, you know.
Yeah.
Especially for where he was put.
Yeah.
He was put there to inspire, and he's doing that.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah.
That's a good thing. It's always good to tell your truth. Like, sometimes you want to shade things and, like we said, only post the best things of ourselves, but you don't know of me actually just, you know, telling my truth, whatever it may be, how it could impact someone's life. So go Keith Powers.
Yeah, I think next week we should talk about being open. Openness.
It's a hot.
I just almost dabbed into that topic now, but I was like, let's leave it for next week.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I think that would be a dope topic.
It would be,
openness.
yeah.
The beauty about
because it's something that we all struggle with.
Yeah, really, pretty much. But some people are just, okay, it's fine. I feel like we'll dive into it now. Yeah, let's not do that. But like, we'll talk about it next week. But yeah, I mean, other than that, you know, music, good music came through.
A lot.
It's busy out there in the
I
streets.
actually couldn't choose what
It's busy out
what
there
to
in the
concentrate
streets, you
on.
know. It's really busy, you know.
Yeah,
We proud Africans right now.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Mr. B, Mr. Burna.
Yeah. He came out, you know. He came out. He showed. He did the damn thing, bro.
He really did.
Yeah.
He really did.
What was your first how did that album make you feel at your first listen?
My first listen, like what in terms of what?
Anything. Like just what did it touch? What was that first
Firstly,
thing?
I was so proud.
Alright.
In terms like, because it
His
was
work, yeah.
it was compiled really well.
Okay.
Um,
It's a good
I
body
thought
of work.
yeah, it was good body of work. I liked how it had so much different like aspects to it. You know, like genre kind of thing going. I mean, it's the same genre, but just
I see what you're saying, yeah.
it was groovy. I thought, you know.
But
like,
what
it's
did it
really
touch though?
nice.
Like what did it touch within you? Because I bet it touched something. No? Yes.
It did,
What
but
did it touch?
like I don't think I really get what you want me to say right now. Like,
No, it's fine. I mean, I think
yeah,
you
what did it
answered.
touch in you, and then maybe I can see what you're talking about.
The origin of Africa, man. Like the truth in Africa.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
my origins basically. You know,
Okay.
just like I like even the ending of it where it says, on that song Spiritual, and then
Yeah.
it says, I think the message from Burna Boy from all these tracks that he said, like spreading
Yeah.
that message is basically just saying, no matter where you go, no
Don't
matter where
forget.
you live, you know, where you go and stuff like that, just remember one thing: you were African, or you were this person of this culture before anything else.
Yeah,
So basically, just don't forget where you come from.
yeah,
It's
Okay.
important.
yeah. I see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Now I want to talk. I see what you're saying
Yeah.
now. I got same thing, but I got just like the struggle of Africa.
That
actually.
too.
The struggle of.
I think
And
that's
I
the
liked
beauty.
how
yeah,
raw
yeah.
he was about it.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
how he put it out there.
Yeah.
That, you know,
It's
there's
tough.
class differentiation. There's,
Yeah,
there's few people who are actually.
there.
You know, when he talked about African giants, he said that African giants is anybody who's trying to do a lot for themselves, but just also anybody who's also trying to do things for other people, other Africans. You get what I'm trying to say? So, same thing. That was a very reciting theme in the whole album. And I just liked how authentic it was and raw it
It was
was.
really
and
authentic. Yeah, it was just.
That's
it
why I
was-
was like, I need to get a physical CD
Yeah,
of
remember,
that
yeah,
thing.
because it will make you feel. It will make you feel more connected to the work. Hey.
True.
Yeah.
And just that I can pull it out 10 years from now and still be like,
Yeah.
you know,
And you know another thing that actually I was impressed about.
what?
Remember the singles that came out, Dangote, Gibona, and then On the Low?
Mm-hmm.
They all made sense. They probably didn't make sense when he took them out as
Yeah.
singles, but in the album, they make sense.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I see where you were going with this.
Yeah.
Now I see why you put Dangote there. I see why On the Low is there. I see why the other one is there. You know, but like those singles that came out, now it's like, oh, now it makes sense. I feel like because somehow, if you had asked me, I would have told you that they so different from one another. Like they so like if you had asked me how do I think an album from Burna would be like, you know, about 6 months ago, I was gonna be like it would probably feel like a playlist, right? But now
That's why I was
yeah.
like, initially, I like how he tapped into, I don't know how to explain, but those different aspects and brought it into
But it makes
one,
yeah, but,
but
like
it makes
it's
sense.
like, but it's like one body of work though. It's like one thing. Like that's the beauty about it. Like it's just like okay, maybe let me say personally, just the story. Like even let me just pull out the thingy, but like even like how it starts. You know, African Giant, and then anybody is just like you know, and even the video is so spiritual. You saw it right.
Yeah.
and then it goes to Wetin Man Gon Do, right? So it's like what a man has to do.
Yeah.
And then now it talks about the struggle in Nigeria on that
Yeah.
song Dangote,
Yeah.
right? And then now there's Gambody and then Kill Them. And, you know, like it just
Yeah.
makes sense. Like it's
Yeah.
just like, oh, it's a story
You can
after the
actually see
other.
it was
You get what I'm saying?
well-thought album. It's something that they've been thinking about.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
And then there's that one where it says that other one that's another story where it tells like the whole history of behind Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and it's just like the reason why we are here today is because of these things that actually happened. You know, so I think that's really what stood out for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than obviously it being just a good album.
What were your standout tracks?
Okay, so for me, Omo, you know, Omo is my first, and then Another Story,
Okay.
and then Spiritual, no, African Giant, and then What's Man Gonna Do, and then yeah, Spiritual, and that in that
That's
in
a
that
lot.
order.
That's a lot.
I mean, all of them really,
Yeah.
but like I'm saying, like if I had to just top five,
Mm-hmm.
top five. Those are my top five. I think with Dangote, if I was hearing it for the first time in the album,
I love that song.
I would
so
have,
much.
I would have probably been like,
Put it
okay,
there as
this
well.
is my,
No.
yeah. But I think
That song speaks a lot.
yeah, I just really like listened to it when it came out.
Yeah.
It got to me. So now it's just like, okay, it's a good song. You know,
Yeah.
it's a great song. And
Yeah.
your side, stand out.
Omo.
In that order?
No, not in that order.
Okay.
Anybody.
Alright.
African Giant. Dangote.
Yeah.
Collateral Damage.
Oh yeah, that's a dope one.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. I think
Kilo,
that would be
kilo.
the 5.
I think you got it probably. I like that part. Yeah, but like that was a dope album. Nah, he really
did the
worked.
most, yeah.
He really worked.
I think you should take like a good time before he releases the next album.
He's gonna. I mean, of course. I mean, he has to just. You know, to create an album is crazy.
True.
Just even.
I always get
even
like
just
how
the
Drake
song.
does it.
Even
you
just
know.
the song.
Drake releases one a year.
But with people like Drake, I feel like
There's so much substance to work with.
no. Besides that, with them, it's like, you know, it's a different story when you are expected to do so, to release an album. When you are, when you know how you're gonna be received, type of thing. You get what I'm saying? It's all up to you, obviously, how much you finna work and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, with people like Burna, you just don't, because I wouldn't say he's a single artist, but he's pretty much a single artist, right? Like, he was, right? So now it's like, you don't know, because with Drake, people expect a body of work from him, right? As an artist, these people make about maybe 3 songs, 2 songs, a song a day, right? With Drake, it's easy to get people to listen, right? With these guys, not as much, because it's like,
They still don't have
we
that.
need your body,
attention.
we need your body of work to stand out for us to be amazed.
Yeah.
With Drake can just be Drake
Yeah.
and not
And
do
be
outstanding
so,
work. But
I get what you're
yeah,
saying.
you know, like look at More Life. More Life was just a playlist.
Yeah.
It's just a playlist, and for me that was like low quality of work
Yeah.
for me from Drake.
Yeah.
But it was still received well.
Yeah.
Because who
I
is
get what you're
Drake? You
saying.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And he just had to just get the different guys like, you know, Baka, you know, all those guys that he got on More Life album, and it worked.
Yeah.
It worked.
But I feel if Burna keeps doing this,
No,
only
of course.
he's on that.
Yeah,
that
because I mean,
road to be that
outside
status.
that album, Outside was well.
Was
Before,
good,
it was
yeah.
good.
It was
It
good.
was really dope. Outside was.
And then we have
was
people
really-
like Casper saying they wish they were Nigerian, and I was just like, boy, sit down, you know.
What's wrong with you, bro? He's just trash, that guy. Like,
You know,
sometimes the things he says,
You know?
yeah, it's just like.
Because, you know, obviously they're getting attention right now. Burna is doing his stuff. There were a lot of Nigerian features on the Gift album and all of that. And he's just like, I mean, these people working hard. Look at the body of work that was produced by Burna. Doesn't he deserve it?
I mean, it's just like, but at the end of the day, I get why he said what he said, because he was just saying, he was talking off support point of view, you know.
I think we support.
You know how it is. Like we were saying, comparison. He's comparing Nigeria to South Africa, saying they more supportive, and if they
He must exactly comparison.
Yeah.
He must find his lane, and maybe
Yeah.
we will,
Yeah.
you know,
And
give him that attention he deserves. Because honestly, for me, he's also somebody who's like, you know,
everywhere
moves with the flow, and it's yeah. So
I think another thing is, if he had to actually be in tune with Nigerians and just how Nigerians talk about one another. Nigerians always say they don't support one another sometimes. You know, there's a lot of competition within the Nigerian clan, right? And it's like, obviously we see from the outside that we think like, nah, these people are so, you know, I saw a Burna interview. You know, obviously you'd expect for him to mention guys like Davido, Wizkid, and them, you know, like as his brothers, right? That's what you expect, right? And then when he was just asked generally, like, who did he get the inspiration from, or who is he listening to and stuff like that, he didn't even mention those guys the whole interview. You know, and obviously by nature we think Nigerians support one another, right? But like, you basically seeing that it's not all, you know, rose gold. It's just like, even these people are going through some things. Like, they also competitive to one another.
Sure.
Burna wants to be better than Wizkid.
Sure.
You know, Burna wants to be better than Davido. Davido wants to be better than all of them too. You know, it's like, that's how it is. And it's just like, even in South Africa, it's so competitive, but that's just how the world is.
Exactly.
We're just competitive as humans. But them just showing you that they support one another, it doesn't mean it's really like that. And it's really like that for everybody. It's not for everybody. It might be like that here, there, but not for everyone. You know what I'm saying? So
I see what you're saying.
yeah. And then Ross dropped too.
Yeah.
I
Honestly,
listened
didn't get to listen to all of it.
I listened to track 1 to the last
To
track.
the end.
And
It's
I
that.
was like, ooh.
It's that good.
I was like,
I listened
whoa.
to it yesterday. I was sleeping on it.
Yes.
It's that good.
Yeah.
And he also has a story behind.
Of course.
Port of Miami too, right?
Of course, yeah. I was so, you know what I'm saying, I was so impressed. Like,
Yeah.
I was impressed. Like, I was amazed.
Yeah.
And I think deep down it's because I was so also eager to get the album.
It's
So
been a while.
yeah.
I've been wanting to hear from Ross
Yeah.
for a while.
It's
so.
just amazing. It's just
Yeah.
amazing. I was impressed.
I
I
know.
was impressed. There's just
I know.
the truth in that thing, the substance in that
Sure.
album, man. Beautiful.
He talks about a lot of past, or just people in the community and
Things he's dealing with as
Yeah.
well, you know, as a
Yeah.
human and stuff like that. You know, it's just a beautiful piece of work as well.
I need to listen to it again because, like I said, I was sleeping on it. Listened to it yesterday, but I was blown. So
Right.
I need to listen to it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's one of those artists, like you said, with substance, where the lyrics just hit you before anything does. And yeah.
And he's
something you
charisma
need
as
to-
well. Just the charisma, you know. He just got that charisma, you know. That nobody raps like him, and
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Standout tracks there?
Go Roses. I love that track. Still love it now. Loved it as a single. I love it now. I Still Pray. 10 Pike Like, or whatever the song is, whatever the name is. The one with Meek Mill. And then Big Time. Yeah. White Lines. Oh, White Lines is a beautiful track. Yeah. Yeah.
Good body of work.
Yeah. Those
Yeah.
are my like top 6.
Yeah.
You know what I said?
I can't really, like I said, I just like listen to track after track. Can't really name them right now, but yeah.
But how do you find Gold Roses though? You probably listen to it.
I did.
How do you-
That's a dope track.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I did.
It
It's
just
a
goes
lot,
in.
yeah.
Like, it just goes in, and then just think like, oh shit, this thing is beautiful. So
And
yeah,
I mean, there's more albums to expect,
of course.
I guess.
Of course.
Who's releasing, you know?
Do I know?
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on Chick's Tape from
Okay.
Tory Lanez.
Okay.
Chick's Tape, what, 5? I'm still waiting on that. Drake is gonna release, definitely.
Well, there's some old timers releasing as well. Snoop Dogg.
I don't care.
Come on, bruh.
No, I don't
Come
care.
on,
He's
bruh.
probably gonna try to make
Some people
this
are
new list.
into
No, man.
what you call it,
I'm
like
cool.
old rap kind
I'm
of
cool.
thing.
I'm cool. I'm waiting on that Chick's Tape though.
Yeah.
Chick's Tape 5. Drake, I'm waiting on him.
Yeah.
Who else? Pretty much, really. I was disappointed by Jaden.
Is it?
Iris is coming.
Mm-hmm.
That album, Iris,
It
actually,
didn't.
Iris. Sorry, Iris, yeah. I was disappointed.
Mm.
I was disappointed. I was impressed by
I saw the
Chris.
track you did with your sister, but
On Willow's album.
Mhm.
Willow's album was amazing. I was so impressed.
really,
Dude!
I didn't listen to it because I thought, okay,
It's Willow.
yeah.
No, it was amazing. Go give it a listen.
Okay,
Yeah.
wow.
Even Chris is amazing. The album,
Yeah,
Indigo, did
Yeah,
you listen to
yeah,
it?
I did.
All
I
of the
did.
tracks, they were amazing.
I did.
Yeah. So yeah,
I think didn't we speak about Chris' album? No.
the old one, yes, not Indigo.
Okay.
Indigo, remember, released like now when we were on
Yeah,
holiday. Yeah. So yeah, pretty much that's what's up, right?
Yeah,
Next week, eh?
true. Was a good run.
Yeah. Not too bad.
Felt nice to be
For
home again.
newcomers.